Hey everyone, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So this is a reading into Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Everyone has seen the news in which Keke Palmer has been granted a temporary restraining order against Darius Jackson, and a lot of stills from security videos appear to portray Darius Jackson as being physically abusive towards her, and in her application for the restraining order, and she was granted a temporary restraining order, she detailed his abusive behavior, allegedly. So in this reading, we're just going to take a dive and a look into the spiritual energies around this. I don't know what to expect, I have to say. I did a reading on this in July, and in that reading I talked about their family getting involved in July, and now doing it in November. Her mother recently came out. Darius released a recording of Keke Palmer's mother threatening him with violence, so it's a whole thing. So I just wanted to put that as a context as to my understanding at this point of doing this reading. We're just going to look at the spiritual energies around them. So spirit guides, guardian angels at the highest light frequency, please protect myself, please protect those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages regarding the situation of the highest light frequency, and also provide insight and guidance regarding this situation and what we can learn from it. Thank you very much. Okay, bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Fighting, 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 like this is, and Three of Cups. Okay, let me see. And the Fool, Justice. I'll take this reverse. I don't really do reversals, so we'll see how we go with this. And please don't shoot the messenger here. Please don't shoot the messenger. And I'm going to also going to try to be as objective in this reading as I can. What I'm picking up here is I need to get more into this Three of Cups, but I'm hearing the term collusion, unfortunately. It's as if it's really interesting. Darius's energy. Darius, I'll start with his energy because that's what's coming through. He feels betrayed by this. He feels betrayed. He didn't see this coming. He feels that he's been stabbed in the back unfairly. However, what I am also channeling, because this is him with the Knight of Wands. That's him, like with his, like he is coming in hot against her, against Keke, which we've seen of late with him releasing those recordings, etc. Like he's coming in hot. This is something that I picked up when I did my July reading. Please don't shoot the messenger, guys. Keke has been planning this and quietly in the background planning this from the time that first incident with Usher came up. Sorry, that's what the cards are saying. She's been planning this. Because collusion is the first thing I got, but what they mean by collusion is she had people who were close confidants of hers, and they've been planning this. And the reason behind this is, it's as if when that Usher incident happened, people were aghast, but it's what she couldn't leave at that point. She couldn't say, right, I'm off, that's it. Or at least she tried to, but he came in hot, demanding certain things of her that were released, like custody. He wanted money, he wanted, and she felt that that wasn't going to be sustainable, so she had to go back to the drawing board, keep him sweet, and in the background work on a strategy that would actually stick. right? So that is why it's coming through that he, Darius, feels betrayed, because Keke, from his perspective, like they were on the verge of going back to normal. And Keke made all of us believe that. Remember where a few weeks after the Usher incident, this video came out, I think it was on Insta, of her sitting with him and them giggling and that sort of thing? No. She had that plan. She knew what she was doing. As again, please don't shoot the messenger. Because we have the Fool, we have the Justice, we have the Five of Swords, which is planning and strategy, and especially planning for change. And we have the Fool and we have the Justice. We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an intuition card. It's knowing someone inside out. Now, this Queen, when it's reversed, coming up to the next to the Ten of Swords and the King of Wands, this is Darius's energy. And it's a very heavily manipulative, draining, toxic energy. Like she has, with the King of Wands, awoken the beast over on this side. Like and also I would say as well, because they're telling me this, we are only getting a small snippet of this situation played out in social media, and we're piling on our opinions on it and making it 10. But none of us really know what Keke is going through behind closed doors here. Another message that I'm intuitively being told is that her family, and I said this quite July, her family, Keke's family, needs to really just stay out of it. They need to stay out of it. And they just need to have the lawyers handle this. The family needs to stay out of this. Okay, let's continue. I said I picked up on the family interference since July. Let's continue with this. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for those initial messages. What else do you need? What else should be coming through? Okay, we're going more into Darius's energy. They're taking me into his energy. I'm picking up a lot of defiance. With him, especially with that King of Wands. Okay, what else with Darius's energy? Yeah, more fighting. Guys, fives mean another 5. Look at this card really carefully. This is messy. The mess going on behind the scenes, the mud slinging. I don't know, and this is a message they're telling me, whether... I'm just going to say it. Please don't shoot the messenger, guys. You know, I have to say it as I see it. Let's phrase it this way. Let me phrase it this way. I hope Keke could survive this. I hope her career could survive this. I hope her brand could survive this. Because with this Knight of Wands and this 5 of, what's it? Yeah, we have a Knight of Wands and the 5 of Wands. That's talking about a lot of passion. I'm seeing vitriol. Like, he is determined to ride in hot and brazen. If I am going down, I'm going to take you down too. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Like, I know if Keke's ready for this. Like his energy, you know when they say you go low, we go high, but sometimes you have to go low with people. I don't think Keke would be able to go as low as he has the potential of going here. I don't feel so. And I'm sorry, they're giving me another message that with this, they're part of Keke's decision to go down this route and to plan this, part of it was also money. Like he was asking, like he was making a lot of demands. I'm hearing blackmail of her as well. Like he could literally destroy. All messages alleged until proof. In fact, he could really work to destroy Keke. Keke found herself a live one here. They're asking me to, yeah, star reverse, guys, star reverse. The star upright is talking about your life purpose and who you are and is shining like a star. Like Keke is a star. She is one of those black stars who has managed to transition over to mainstream. This is Keke. Like whatever she wants to manifest and ground into reality, she is able to do so. She is like, dare I say, a starseed. She's quite intuitive as well and quite powerful in her own right. This has come through reverse. That's come through reverse. And it's come through next to the Six of Cups. He is holding that child over her. I'm hearing a message. Did Keke Palmer lose a child or something like that? I'm hearing that message. I don't know of that when it comes to Keke's energy. I don't know of that. I'm not going to delve too much into it. It's interesting. I don't know what the American justice system is when it comes to custody of children, but they always talk about protecting children from not blocking the children from having a father and so on. And it always baffles me how someone can be physically abusive to a mother, or a woman being physically abusive to a man, and there's that physical abuse going on, or verbal abuse, or mental, emotional abuse, etc. And they still think it's all right for the child to be with that parent that's demonstrating that abuse. Don't you think that they'd be passing on that abuse to the child? It always strikes me as a bit strange doing that. But bottom of the deck, they're drawing my attention to Two of Pentacles. This is what I was saying about money. Sorry, please don't shoot a messenger. But a lot of this is to do with money. And dare I say, it's money that Keke doesn't want to spend. There is something about money here. Either Keke doesn't have the money as we think she ought to have it, or in terms of what he is demanding of Keke, in terms of subsistence or something like that. But she needed to take it a bit further, either to decrease the support she has to pay out to him. I don't know why she'd be paying out support to him, because they're not married. But there is something about either him requesting support or him requesting money along with the custody of the child. So it's not just a custody of the child. That is part of it, because we have children appearing here, but it's also money. And also, there is something with this card. It's not just karma, because we have the Six of Cups, which also talks about past life as well. This is a relationship also that these two have met before. These two have been backwards and forwards before in previous. I'm going to delve a bit esoteric here. They have had past life encounters before. These two as well. That's also coming up. Okay. What else is there? Spirit guides, guardian angels. What else is there around Keke's energy right now? I'm picking up that she's really, really scared. Keke is also a shell of herself as well. I remember she was on the Wendy Williams show. I will actually have a link of it above and below in the description. And she was really just a breath of fresh air, very sharp, very spunky. You know, her life ahead of her. And what they're saying is that as a person, she is half of that. Like, she's literally a shell of herself in terms of her confidence, in terms of her confidence in herself as well. It's really sad to, like, she's drained, she's broken, we're transitioning into Keke, so they're taking me out of Darius's energy now, we're going into Keke. Yeah, there we go, that's what I'm saying. She's just this is a broken woman. She doesn't even have any more confidence in herself when it comes to her career. Like, this is a woman who was acting with J-Lo, and she was presenting on a Good Morning TV show. Like, the versatility and the talent of this girl. All of that, she feels all of that is gone. It's left her. Like, this Darius character has just drained her out of all of that. She's just a shell of herself. But there is something with these two. It's either they are, you know, people like to throw around twin flame and soulmates and karmic ties and that sort of thing. People like to throw around that language a lot. It's almost like it's something on that level with them. The karmic tie between the both of them is quite strong. I have to say, the karmic ties between the both of them is really, really strong. They want me to go into I'm gonna hang on, let's see what else. Keke may be getting, someone may be coming in to advise her, like a lawyer. I'm being told, in terms of her legal team, they're bringing in her legal team right now. It's either she may replace her legal team, or she needs to get someone who means business and who could really give her, it's not really legal, it's like she needs advice. Someone who could really give her the advice, not just legal advice, but PR advice, life advice, everything mixed into one, in terms of how to navigate this and come out of it with her career, and come out of it with the prospects of spinning whatever it is into money deals. Do you know who they're telling me Darius is? You know, oh my goodness, she was Bethany Frankel. And you know Bethany Frankel and the partner she was with, and how Bethany Frankel's partner dragged out, I think they were married for 2 years or 18 months, and the divorce took like 10 years or something like that. It didn't literally take 10 years, but the divorce from, Bethany's divorce from her husband took about 3 times the duration of the divorce. It's almost as if Keke Palmer needs to go to Bethany Frankel for advice on this. Like the group that she has around her at the time, at the moment, with this 3 of Cups, is not cutting it. And I feel Keke is going to do that. I'm seeing with the King of Cups and with the Ace of Wands, it's like she's going to change strategy on how she's maneuvering and how she's handling all of this. The Keke I'm seeing at the moment, like from where she is right now, it's almost as if behind closed doors, she wants to go back to him and put all of this to bed and act as if it never happened. And then part of her is wanting to persevere and say, okay, if we're going down this road, let's go all the way. Hopefully the latter is what she's going to pursue, because I'm seeing that with the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay, what else? Yeah, but this is a karmic tie that she's with. This person is a karmic tie. He has some stuff on her. He has some stuff on her. That's the problem with the moon. He has some stuff on her. He has things that haven't been released yet. And this is what I heard in this context, the moon is a blackmail card. And that's what I heard like a bit earlier, like, and I even said blackmail, I think I did. Yeah, there we go, Page of Swords, rumors and gossip. He's still going to release the stuff anyway. He's still going to release it anyway. Okay, anything else? Final messages, anything else? This is just messy. I think the biggest takeaway from this is whether her career could survive this. That's the biggest takeaway I'm seeing. I hope so. I really do. But he is determined to raise her to the ground. Yeah. He's determined to cut her down. Because this is Darius's section. That man is determined to cut her down. Okay. They want me to go into... my guides want me to take a few minutes to talk about Darius's... to give a sort of like a spiritual energy tutorial. So I'll do that. Do I want to do it in another video or do it in this one? Okay, they're telling me to do it in another video, but I'll do it here and I'll clip it and I'll do it in another video as well. Just because I'm in the energy, so I might as well do it. So many times our souls have certain statuses. So our soul could have what we refer to as a positive status or a negative status. I'm using positive and negative to represent polarity, because from a human 3D consciousness, positive and negative is what we understand, right? So for me, if you book a reading with me, for instance, I would, before accepting someone to do a reading with someone, I usually check as to whether I check their energetic phenomena in terms of whether they're positive or negative. If they're a positive soul, then I would do a reading for them. If they're negative, I would not. I don't read for negative energies. Oops, sorry guys. To the point where I turn down people who've booked through me because I just don't do readings with them. Now on Darius's energy, I have picked up in doing this reading that there are certain blocks to truth, as I was picking up with the moon card, right? So if I'm channeling him in proximity to Keke. Like I'm picking up on Keke's energy, and from there I could read him, because I need to latch on or connect myself to a positive soul group in order to read him. Darius's energy in that case, he has an energetic phenomena that you would class as a negative soul. Again, all messages, everything that I'm saying in this reading is alleged until proven fact. Although you can't prove the soul status, someone's soul status, but this section is a tutorial. So it may be Darius's, but what I'm saying is that there's an energetic phenomena of a negative soul. And these negative, how does someone become a negative soul then? They become a negative soul through sustained negative choices that they would have made through this life and they would have made through past lives that would have disrupted their ability to channel divine source energy from their God, from source, from Jesus, from Gaia, whatever you deem source to be, right? So all of us have a way of channeling divine source, our divine source energy, okay? So the way to figure out whether someone is a negative, has a negative energetic phenomena is if you ever feel, for instance, that you're having a conversation with someone and many times you leave them feeling drained, or you always see someone is looking to pick an argument with you, or you see someone who's always playing the victim, or they always have some confusion around them. So for instance, Tamar Jackson, what's her name? Tamar. You know the singer Tamar? She is the sister of Toni Braxton. Yeah, Tamar Braxton, Braxton Family Values, like Tamar Braxton. Like she's an example of this negative and soul energetic phenomena. Please, I'm not passing any judgment on anyone. I'm just giving you guys examples. With Tamar, she's always in some argument with someone. It's never her fault. It's someone else's, or she's doing something to someone and apologizing. It's just always something. Also with negative soul groups, they relish or they like to inflict pain, difficulty, misfortune on someone else. When you think you can't, someone shouldn't go low, or you think someone wouldn't take it there, they would take it there. And I don't, the spirit guides are telling me to say, this is not, what is it, Schadenfreude? I believe, I'm sorry, I'm butchering that because I'm just channeling, so apologies for that. But what these soul phenomena would do is that they would put you in situations where you'd be compromised, where you'd be embarrassed. And just from them seeing you in those situations, that allows them to drain energy from you, right? So these soul groups would employ manipulation, control, manipulation tactics, this empowering tactics to draw energy from you into them. So they are the ones who like to perpetuate the concept of sacrifice and the illusion of hierarchy, and they like to give you the illusion that you don't have a choice. They like putting you in impossible positions, and through watching you squirm when you're in those positions, that is where they drain your the energy. So what else should I say about this? Souls with this energy, what else should I say, guides? Souls who generally engage with this type of energy phenomena will tend to do so if they feel that they can get something out of it. But many times they will tend to find themselves stuck. Like Keke is stuck in this situation now and she can't get out of it. And however, it's important to remember, they're telling me, that without these individuals, we would not have, without feeling helpless, disempowered, or like a victim, we wouldn't understand what love is. We wouldn't understand what self-empowerment is. We wouldn't understand what independence is. So what they're saying is that this polarity is important. It's important for us to have negative or this negative phenomena in the world for us to see what the positive is. Like we wouldn't understand darkness unless there was light and vice versa. So they're just asking me to impart that in here. Now, when we give this particular type of soul group our time and our attention, we are basically serving ourselves as a food platter for them, basically. So what else do I want to say on this? One of the keys in order to avoid or get yourself out of a trap with this particular soul group is to just not give them any attention whatsoever. So this is going completely cold turkey on them. just not giving them any time, not giving them any attention. And that is generally the best. It's easier said than done many times. And even from my personal experience, what I've had to do is literally change number, change email address, completely drop friends or anyone linked to them. And I can literally intuitively hear them talking about me behind my back. I can literally intuitively hear it. But it's not responding to anyone, going completely cold turkey, not giving them any attention whatsoever. And of course, this is difficult when you have a child, it's difficult when it's a family member, it's difficult when it's a lot of these things, but that's the advice that they are giving me. I'll see whether I want to include this in here, but I think I would do a deeper dive tutorial on, yeah, I'll do another, because they did tell me to do a separate recording on this, because there's not everything I could fit in here, so I would do a separate recording on this, giving a deeper dive of this negative energetic phenomena and examples of it that we can see in society, and go into more detail as to how to recognize and how to avoid. So I'll do that in another recording. Okay guys, that is it from me. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all in other readings. Bye for now.